This is Yoga with Andrea, and today I'm going to do just a short practice, very gentle. We will pretty much be down on the mat the whole time. So if that helps to understand where we're going and how you would like to prepare, then pause here and get what you might need. We'll come to our knees for a little bit with some cats and cows. So if you like to support your knees or bring a blanket or some sort of additional padding under the knees, have that available to you. Otherwise, it's just going to be really basic with a focus on lubricating the joints, adapted from a practice that I saw a teacher do, a wonderful teacher from Yoga Glow, now known as Glow. So I highly recommend going to glow.com. Your first 2 weeks is free. You have your pick from an amazing lineup of teachers. But for right now, let's come to our backs, bend your knees, and walk your feet to the outer edges of the mat and allow the knees to come together, rest toward each other or on each other, toward the midline of the body. And then let's lubricate the joints. So again, walk the feet to the outer edges of your mat. Allow the legs to rest together toward the center. Really, arms and hands wherever they're comfortable to start, and just begin to tune into the breath. Begin to soften through the facial muscles and relax the jaw. So if you're clenching the teeth or if your tongue is kind of stuck up on the roof of your mouth, just allow the tongue to relax, to be heavy, the jaw to relax, shoulder blades begin to relax. And go ahead and make the next few breaths good deep ones. So a deep inhale through the nose, fill the belly, and then feel free to sigh out your exhale. 2 more times, just like that, inhaling deeply through the nose. Sighing out your exhales. And then whenever you're ready, just allowing your breath to come back to normal. And then we're going to draw those knees apart, walking the feet to about hip width apart with those heels walked back toward your sit bones. And then we're just going to begin moving just all of the major joints in our body just to get them lubricated. So the synovial fluid will start to bring comfort and lubrication to the joints. So go ahead, when you're ready, we're going to extend that right leg up and begin to circle the ankle. All the while, we're going to keep a relaxed jaw, and just a steady breath pattern. So drawing circles with the big toe. And then when you're ready, reverse directions with those circles. And then we're going to shake the foot, kind of bounce the foot around, shake it out. And then come to stillness. And then we're going to flex and point the toe, okay? Or the foot. Flex, point, just at whatever pace you like, back and forth. Good, and then wiggle out the toes, back and forth, curling the toes, flexing the toes. And then if it feels good, go ahead and shake out the foot again. And then bring that leg, the right leg, to stillness. Gentle flex to the foot, and then we're gonna kind of tip the ankle or tip the foot right to left. It's kind of hard to explain, just a couple times, both directions. And then shake out the foot. And then we're gonna move down into the knee joint. So we're gonna inhale, extend the leg up. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Continue with the pace of your breath as you inhale, extend, and exhale to bend. Next time that knee is drawn in toward that right shoulder, go ahead and hold it there for a second. We're going to come down into that hip joint now. So when you're ready, we're going to draw big circles with the knee, starting to move the hip around in its socket. If there's a little cracking, that's okay if it's not causing pain. So if the cracking is happening, that's just that lubrication is starting to come into effect. Continue to breathe as you move here. And then reverse directions of the circles. If that left leg gets in the way, go ahead and lengthen that leg along your mat. And it depends on how big your circles are, if you need to get that leg out of the way. And then when you're ready, draw that right knee in again toward the right shoulder. Go ahead and hold on to it with the right or both hands. And then I'm going to bend my left leg again, plant the left foot down on the mat here. We're going to come into a half happy baby on the right side. On your next inhale, we're going to inhale, release that right leg by extending it up toward the ceiling. On your exhale, begin to lower the extended right leg all the way down to the mat. When the heel touches the mat, go ahead and slide the right foot up. And again, planting the right foot, hip width apart. And take a breath here with that neutral spine. And then when you're ready, we'll extend that left leg up. It doesn't have to be straight right now, just so it's extended up, and begin to draw circles with that left big toe. And then reversing directions with those circles. And then when you're ready, go ahead and shake and bounce the foot out. Wave it around. And then come to stillness. We're going to start to flex and point the foot. So back and forth. Jaw relaxed here. Continue to breathe. Shake that foot again a little bit. Come to stillness. Curl the toes, flex the toes. Curl and flex a couple more times. Good. And then a gentle flex to the foot, and then we're going to kind of tip the foot side to side as it's still flexed. Just a couple times. Ankle might be getting a little buzzy right now. Good, extend the leg, take an inhale there. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Continue with the pace of your breath. And then the next time that left knee is in kind of toward that left shoulder, you can hold it there. And then when you're ready, start to draw circles with that left knee, getting into that left hip joint now. And then slow those circles, reverse directions, maybe get that right leg out of the way if it is in the way by lengthening the right leg along your mat. Slowing the circles, and then draw that left knee again in toward the left shoulder. I'm going to replant that right foot down right behind my right sit bone. And then come into a half happy baby now on the left side. Few breaths here. Coming then into a full happy baby, so bringing that right leg up. And then I'm going to first place my right foot back down, knee is still bent, plant into that right foot. Next inhale, extend that left leg up toward the ceiling, and on your exhale, slowly lower the left leg down to the mat, and then bend the left knee and again plant the left foot. Take a breath here with this neutral spine. And then when you're ready, we're going to extend both legs up into the air. They don't have to be rigidly straight. Extend both arms up into the air and begin to circle the ankles and the wrists. Reverse directions. Come to stillness, wiggle fingers and toes. And then shake the arms and the legs. As you breathe, jaw is still relaxed, and this looks kind of like a bug on its back. Good. Next inhale, extend everything up. Exhale, come into a tight little ball here. Feel free to lift the head, neck, and shoulders up off the mat, but not required. Good, and then let's come on to one side, press yourself up, and now we're going to come on to all fours, okay? So go ahead and set up. Okay, my hair's in the way. Let's get that tucked away. Hopefully it stays there for a little bit. Coming into our cat and cow pose. So planting those palms, fingers spread wide, wrists nearly directly below the shoulders, maybe a little bit ahead. Okay. Knees directly below the hips. And to start, we're just going to first sway the hips side to side. So kind of continuing some focus on the hip joint. And you might notice that even the wrist joint is getting some movement side to side here as well, including a little bit in the shoulders. Okay, come to stillness in the center. And then we're going to go through some cats and cows to get into those vertebrae, you know. Those are like, you know, little mini joints all the way down the spine. The spine is definitely included, right? In cat, we're going to curl the toes, okay? So inhale to your cow pose, drop the belly, lift the chest and tailbone. And then exhale around the spine to cat as you tuck the toes. Press into the toes and the palms. Inhale, release the tops of the feet as you come to cow. Exhale, curl the toes, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more of each, inhaling to cow. And exhaling to cat. Inhale back to that neutral spine. Take a breath here in that neutral spine. Good. And then when you're ready, we're going to thread the needle here. So we're going to get some more lubrication in the shoulder joint especially. So when you're ready, inhaling right arm up and over to the side. Exhale, thread under the left armpit, resting the right side of the face, the forehead, on your mat. My hand is palm face up. You can't really see that on the camera, I don't think. And then I'm going to extend my left arm forward. Hips are still up in the air. Relax the jaw as you breathe here. You might also slightly tuck the chin toward the chest. And then slide that left palm back toward the right forearm. I'm going to press into the left palm, twisting through the thoracic spine, just a gentle twist as I twist and open my chest kind of toward the left edge of my mat. Couple breaths here, keep that jaw nice and relaxed. One more inhale. Use the exhale to press down into the left palm and lift back up to all fours. Good. Take a breath here in that neutral spine. And then I'm going to turn around just so it'll be a little bit easier. My voice will be facing the camera here. When you're ready, inhale left arm up and over. Exhale, thread the needle, resting now the left side of the face down. And then extend that right arm forward. Tuck the chin slightly. Shoulder and spine lubrication. Just makes for easier movement, maybe a little less painful movement, especially when seasons are changing. It's been really dry here in the Midwest, and so our bodies sort of absorb that dryness. And so it's really good to keep the joints moving, just to keep them from locking up. And then slide that right palm back toward the left forearm. Press into the right palm, opening up the chest now toward the right edge of your mat. Jaw relaxed, couple more breaths here. One more inhale. And then use the exhale to press back up to all fours, okay? So resituate yourself so you're at all fours. Maybe not the best choice for some yoga clothes today, but I thought, I'm gonna get in my jammies. I just like being in my jammies. So please hold here. We're gonna stretch out the wrist joint, or kind of get a little bit more focused on the wrist. Okay, planting into those hands. Fingers spread wide. When you're ready, we're gonna pick up that left hand and start to turn. So I think we're going counterclockwise as far as the wrist allows. So maybe the fingers will point all the way back toward that left knee, and then we're going to gently press the heel of the left hand back down on the mat. So you might feel a good stretch up that left forearm. Now if it's a bit too much, you might lean forward, shift the hips, the shoulders forward a little bit, and that'll take away some of the intensity. If you want a little deeper, you might shift the hips back. Couple more breaths. Very gently lift the heel of that left hand, and then go ahead and circle the wrist a couple times. And switch directions. Wiggle out the fingers. Good. Ball up the left hand into a fist, and then just press into the fist here as we do the other hand. So going to lift up that right hand, turn now the fingers clockwise to turn as far as you'd like to go here. Press gently back down into the heel of the hand, the right hand. And then adjust. If you want to ease up a little bit, shift forward. If you want to deepen the stretch a little bit, you might shift back. Jaw relaxed. Continue to breathe. Gently begin to lift the heel of the right hand, and then as you do, when you're ready, circle the wrists. Switch directions. Shake out the hand, wiggle the fingers. Good, come back to all fours. And keeping the hips lifted, we're going to come down first to the forearms, okay? Go ahead and clasp the hands here if you want to, or bring the palms together along the mat. And then begin to sit the hips back and lower the chin or the chest toward the mat. And actually, I forgot something. Go ahead and curl the toes. We need a little bit of opening in the bottom of our feet. Sit those hips back, and then maybe draw the palms toward the back of the head as you rest the forehead down on the mat. When you're ready, lengthen the arms out toward the front of the mat, palms facing down. Come back up to that all fours position. Knees directly below the hips, wrists just a little bit ahead of the shoulders, planted there. And then we're going to do something a little crazy. Let the chest kind of sink down between the shoulder blades, okay? And then we're going to draw circles with the shoulder blades. So come up and away from the right wrist, shift over to the left, down toward the left wrist, over toward the right wrist, up toward the right shoulder, over toward the left shoulder, down toward the left wrist, up toward the right wrist, okay? So we're just drawing sideways circles from left to right. kind of with the chest. And you can, of course, bend the elbows as you do, and then slow your circles and switch directions. So now I'm actually going counterclockwise, but just so you're going opposite of how you started. Good. Once you feel evened out, come back up to all fours. Bring the knees to the outer edges of the mat, big toes together. We're going to sit down into a wide-legged child's pose. Arms extended forward, and then turn the palms up, okay? Rest the forehead down on the mat. And then from here, go ahead and turn the palms down. Arms are still extended. Forehead is still resting on the mat. We're going to do some side stretches here. So take an inhale. And then as you exhale, we're going to walk those arms over to your left as far as you'd like to go. Really extending through the right fingertips as you stretch out that right side body. Take one more inhale here, and then on your exhale, slowly walk those arms through the center over to your right, extending through the left fingertips to stretch out that left side body. Taking one more inhale here, and then using your exhale, walk the arms back to the center. Come into a couple more breaths worth of child's pose. And then slowly begin to walk the palms back toward your knees. Good. We're going to bring the knees together and just sit back on the heels here. Lifted through the spine. A little bit of stretch for the top of the foot. And then come to the palms or the fingertips just enough to lift the hips, tuck the toes. And then we're going to sit the hips back on the heels. And if this is sufficient enough a stretch for the bottom of your foot, stay right here. You might press a little extra into the palms, or if you'd like a little bit deeper stretch, go ahead and sit the full weight of the upper body on the heels here. If you are completely upright here, just lift through the spine, relax through the shoulders. Feel free to close the eyes here just for a couple more breaths. One more inhale, and then as you exhale, slowly come off those heels, releasing the tops of the feet. Curl the toes. Maybe circle the ankles as your feet are lifted up off the mat. Curl the toes, flex the feet, just anything that feels good there. And then swing the ankles to one side, come to seated or through seated, and then gently and safely make your way back down to your back. Go ahead and walk those heels back toward your sit bones. Arms can come out to a T. And then feel free, if you'd like just a gentle twist right now, just keep your feet on the mat. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, you can lift the feet up off the mat, bring the knees in toward the chest. We're first going to start with a dynamic twist, so we'll be moving with our breath. And then we'll hold our supine twist pretty soon, okay? So arms out to a T, palms facing up when you're ready. We're just going to start kind of leaning or twisting side to side. You can start on whichever side you'd like to. And just begin to pair your breath with the movement. Moving side to side, you don't even have to go very far to either side. We'll spend some time holding the twisted position very shortly. So just keep that jaw nice and relaxed as you move, as you breathe. And the next time your knees come over to that left side, go ahead and let them relax all the way down to the mat. Taking a few deep breaths here, fully releasing exhales. Feel free to look right with your neck if you'd like to. So opposite direction the knees are going. If you are looking right, bring the gaze back toward the ceiling, back toward the sky. Take one more inhale here. Use the exhale, the strength of the core, to lift the knees back to the center. Go ahead and kind of recenter yourself. Take another inhale when you're ready, and then we're going to exhale, knees down and over to the right. Feel free to look left with your neck. And if you're looking left, go ahead, bring the gaze back toward the sky. One more inhale. Use the exhale to lift the knees back into the center. And at this point in your practice, if you feel like exercising any additional poses, go ahead and take some time to do that now. If you want to be in a tight little ball, rocking side to side, you want to maybe come to plow if plow is in your practice. If you are ready to come right into your final relaxation, go for it, whether that be corpse pose, Shavasana, or you can even end how we began by bending the knees, walking the feet to the outer edges of the mat, and allowing the knees to rest together in the center. Find any position that works for you that can kind of invite your body to come into complete stillness and give you some time to soak up the benefits of your practice. Whenever it is that you have chosen to do it, take some time to really tune back into the breath here. Maybe turn on some music. Maybe switch over to a meditation practice that will help guide you through calming the mind and maybe even tuning the attention of your mind and your heart toward gratitude. But thank you for joining me. Yoga with Andrea. Please subscribe if you haven't already so you will get notified, I do believe, of when I have posted a new video. I do hope that you enjoyed this lubrication of the joints yoga practice. And be sure to tune in again in the future. Namaste.